This is Q Racing News, brought to you by the Bank of America Racing Challenge.
The Grade 1 All-American Derby is scheduled for Sunday, September 2nd at Ruidoso Downs. And the Grade 1 All-American Futurity set for Labor Day, Monday the 3rd. We'll start by looking at the $2.2 million Derby. Here's your fastest qualifier, BPS Jumpin' Frisco, a jumpin' gelding out of the Dash for Cash mare Frisco Fling. He'd travel the 440 yards in 21.277 seconds for owner-breeder Bill Price. And that's Jimmy D. Brooks riding for trainer Eddie Willis. But by far the most notable name among the top 10 is the 6th fastest qualifier, last year's champion 2-year-old AQHA. If the Tres Seis gelding gets a win on Sunday, he'll become the new all-time leading money earner, passing Stoley's winner. On Labor Day, the $2.4 million All-American Futurity, and we just might see the 2012 champion 2-year-old come out of this one. PJ Chicken Black had the fastest qualifying time. She's a Desirio filly out of the Corona Cocktail mare Eddie Jim, owned by the partnership of Bowen, Taylor, Smith & Smith. Bred in New Mexico by Freda Draper, trained by John Steinbaugh, and ridden in this trial by Escar Ramirez. Steinbaugh had a very impressive showing in the trials, qualifying not just 3 horses, which would be impressive in itself, but 3 of the top 4 horses. Crash Cartel was 3rd fastest, while Just Won a Corona was 4th. You see that AHA Moment and BP Cartel Alibi had a dead heat win in their trial for the 7th fastest time. The latter, owned by Raimundo Villarreal Jr., won the $1.1 million Grade 1 Heritage Place Futurity on May 26th. And you can watch the races both days on TVG or head to QRacingVideo.com. First post is noon Mountain Time. Q Racing Video, always free of charge. You get unlimited live and replay race video on just about every American quarter horse track in North America. I know a lot of horsemen find it a very useful business tool, so I hope you check it out. This same week in Ruidoso, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to be exact, the Ruidoso Select Yearling Sale will see 416 yearlings go on the block, and you'll want to check AQHARacing.com for regular updates. You can even subscribe to the Q Racing Journal's Twitter feed to keep up with many of the more notable horses that go through the sale. AQHA staff, of course, will be on hand at the sale pavilion all 3 days, providing on-site services for horsemen in English and en Espanol. So, whatever you need, come by and see us. We can help you out with registrations and transfers, challenge enrollment, equine line products. You can read the digital Q Racing Journal, watch Q Racing Video, and buy some of the new AQHA racing gear. You will never run out of things to do at the AQHA barn, I promise. Now let's head east to Fairgrounds in New Orleans, where about 700 American quarter horses were evacuated this week in advance of Hurricane Isaac. All 4 days of racing this week have been canceled. Fairgrounds officials said the meet will likely be extended and the canceled races will be redrawn. Los Alamitos Racecourse has added 4 overnight handicaps in an effort to attract more horses from the Intermountain region and the Northwest. Quarter horses are eligible to run in these stakes if they've made at least 2 starts in Colorado, Idaho, Oregon, Montana, Nevada, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, Washington, or Wyoming since January 1st. The track says any horses racing or based in Los Al that have traveled to those Intermountain and Northwest states will not be eligible to compete. The Bank of America Racing Challenge regional season is winding down, and there's still time to register to attend the Racing Challenge Championships and AQHA Racing Conference at Prairie Meadows. The event runs October 24th through the 27th, with the races themselves on Saturday, the 27th. Head to AQHARacing.com for details and a registration form. That's it for Q Racing News, sponsored by the Bank of America Racing Challenge. I'm Matt Derby in Amarillo. If I don't see you in Ruidoso this week, I'll see you right here next week on Q Racing News.
This is Q Racing News, brought to you by the Bank of America Racing Challenge.